So the whole question about this healthcare really comes down to, do you want the government involved in your healthcare or not? And the problem with the debate that's happening in Washington, D.C. is that the Democrats believe that it's either their plan or nothing can be done. They're acting as if their plan is the only plan, and I'm not endorsing the GOP plan. I don't think that they have a plan that I would personally support, but they do have an alternative plan, and I would support any plan over the government-run plan that the Democrats propose, which would basically put the private sector in direct competition with the federal government, which is why I personally oppose the recent so-called stimulus, which was really nothing more than the glorified welfare bill for Washington insiders, but that's another story. The healthcare industry, we need to make a lot of changes. First of all, there has to be tax benefits for employers to provide healthcare to their employees, and there has to be tax benefits to healthcare companies that provide affordable insurance to middle-class families. We have to have tax cuts or a kind of check in the mail, for low-income families to pay for healthcare. We have to make sure that we have to overhaul the current system, because the current system spends billions and is inefficient. We have to make sure that money goes back to the taxpayer so they could buy private health insurance. That money has to go to healthcare and nothing else. If they accept the money in the bank and then if they accept the money in the mail and then do something else with it beside healthcare, well, that's really their problem. But you have to basically give people more of their own money directed at buying affordable healthcare, but you also have the benefits to lower the cost of healthcare and to provide employees with healthcare. The unemployed, I think, should be entitled for temporarily should be paid for under Medicare, but not in the long term. Medicare has become a huge program that costs the government over $500 billion a year. Healthcare, that is reduced. That's without healthcare. We spend more money in this country on healthcare than any other nation in the world. We could at least make sure that everybody has health insurance. I'm not saying we should force everybody to buy it, but those who can't afford it and want it should be given a check in the mail to buy it through the private market. We should not have a government-run system. Another part of that is that people should be able to buy healthcare across state lines. I think it's wrong that we trade with other countries. Why can't we have interstate commerce? I don't see what the problem with that is. So I think if we have tax benefits to help people afford healthcare and have tax benefits to provide people with healthcare, and we knock down state barriers, I think we could end a lot of our problems. We always have to talk about ending the junk lawsuits and such. That always has to be on the table. But look, the Democrats' plan, a government run, is bad for the economy. The Republicans' plan isn't bad for the economy. I just don't think it would work. We have to get lower costs through the private sector, and we can't have a government takeover.